indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Mock, would you read the mission statement of the Austintown Local School District?
The mission of the Austintown Local Schools is to build upon a tradition of excellence with a vision for the future. It is the school district's commitment to provide all students with a state-of-the-art global education, which stimulates critical thinking, curiosity of the unknown, and lifelong learning through a progressive curriculum, integrated technology, a dedicated and dynamic staff, and outstanding community support.
Thank you. This being the organizational meeting of the board, which is required by the 15th of January, so we just made it under the wire. Treasurer Mrs. Herschel, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Porter?
Here.
Mrs. Mock?
Here.
Dr. Ritchie?
Here.
Mr. Schnurrenberger?
Here.
Dr. Stellers?
Here. All present. We'll move now to the election of president. Do I hear a nomination for the office of president of the Austintown Local Board of Education for the calendar year 2013?
I would like to nominate Mr. David Schnurrenberger for the office of president of the Austintown Local School Board of Education.
No second is required for nominations. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Schnurrenberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Absolutely yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. Moving now to the election of vice president. Is there a nomination for the office of vice president for the Austintown Local Board of Education for calendar year 2013? I'd like to nominate Dr. David Ritchie. Are there other nominations? Hearing none, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Schnurrenberger?
Yes.
The motion carries. Congratulations, Doc. And now we will have the administration of the oath of office to the newly elected officers.
Okay, we're going to do both oaths at the same time, so I want you to start. I state your name.
I, Dave Schnurrenberger,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as your
as
position
President
in and for
in and for
the Austintown Local School District,
the Austintown Local School District,
Mahoning County,
Mahoning County,
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and in accordance
and in accordance
with the laws
with the laws
now in effect
now in effect
and hereafter to be enacted
after to be enacted
during my continuance
during my continuance
in said office
in said office
until my successor
till my successor
is chosen and qualified.
chosen and qualified.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dave. Look forward to serving with you during the coming year.
And thank you, Tom. And I want to thank you, Tom, for all that you've done in your leadership role in the Austintown Local Schools this past year. Your enthusiasm for our school district and our kids, your passion for the kids is truly remarkable. And thank you for all your patience this past year, too. It's truly remarkable also. Moving along, item 8. Appoint one member to the Board of Education as a legislative liaison with the Ohio School Boards Association and one member of the board as a student achievement liaison. The appointments are Dr. Stellers to the legislative liaison and Mrs. Mock to the student achievement liaison.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Motion is passed. Item 9, appoint 2 members of the Board of Education to each governance committee, subcommittee of the board, each member to serve on 2 subcommittees. The appointments are as follows. Financial Oversight Committee, Dave Schnernberger and Dr. Ritchie. Administrative Oversight Committee, Dave Schnernberger and Dr. Stellers. Policy Development Committee, Kathy Mock and Dr. Stellers. Community Relations Committee, Kathy Mock and Harold Porter. Board of Education Development Committee, Harold Porter and Dr. Ritchie. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Treasurer, call the roll.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Motion is passed. Authorize the treasurer to make disbursements for payroll, bonds, and accounts payable when due and invest in funds within the authority of the board-adopted investment policy. Do we have a motion?
I so move.
Second?
Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
No.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes. Item 11. That motion is passed. Item 11, establish a service fund in the amount of $4,000 as recommended by law. Such fund may be used for payments to members of the board for expenses incurred in the performance of duties outside the district. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It is moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
No.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Item 12, approve a resolution authorizing the superintendent to temporarily hire staff when vacancies occur between board meetings and to fill vacancies when it becomes necessary pending board approval.
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
No.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes. Motion is passed. Item 13, approve a resolution authorizing the superintendent to accept resignations between board meetings. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that. It is so moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
No.
Motion is adopted. Item 14, approve the resolution for the Board of Education to reserve the right for approval for the purchase of certain goods and services, not being utilities, fuel, and food products, in excess of $5,000 with the provision that in exceptional circumstances, due to board meeting dates, approval may be granted by the board president or vice president. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second?
It has been moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
No.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Sternberger?
Yes. Motion passed. Item 15, approve the resolution to set the time, place, and date for the regular Board of Education meetings during the calendar year 2013. It will be the third Tuesday of each month at 6 p.m. at a district school to be communicated.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Schnurrenberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Motion is adopted. Is there a motion to adjourn the organizational meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Treasurer, call the roll.
Dr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mr. Schnurrenberger?
Yes.
Dr. Stellers?
Yes.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mrs. Mock?
Yes.
Motion is adopted. That ends the organization meeting. In a few minutes, we'll be beginning the regular board meeting of the January 15. Thank you.
In association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.